guys. So recently I went live for over an hour and it was really amazing. So if you didn't catch it, check it out. If you have an hour to kill and you don't want to doom scroll like I've been doing and you just want to hear me ramble about a million different topics, feel free to go there. But in the live, well, first thing I want to mention before I forget, I mentioned in the live having a separate channel for creative stuff. I don't know. I'm starting to think I may just keep all my stuff here in one spot. It's probably going to be easier. So, psych. I don't know. I go back and forth. I may keep it. So, just pending. Wait and see, I guess. All right. So, in the live, it was mentioned that, oh, you're always so positive, Rebecca. That's so great. And I mentioned how, well, in my everyday life, I'm not always positive, and I often struggle with fighting dark headspaces, negative thoughts, all that stuff. And somebody said, well, it's okay to put that stuff out there. That way people can love on you and support you. And I thought, that's so true. Instead of trying to have this curated positive image filled with positivity, I should say. A positive image. If that makes sense. Anyway, and today I was really struggling when I woke up, just started crying because I have to move last minute. I say have to move. We'll see if I can afford to buy this house or if I even want to buy this house. That I've been staying in the past 7 years, that I've been renting for the past 7 years. That is a possibility, but I'm gearing myself up basically to move. They're putting the house up for sale in just a couple of weeks, and it probably will not last long at the price point they're talking about putting it at. And it has sent me into the most anxious spiral that I've had in a long time. I can just think of a few instances of my life where it's gotten this intense, and it's always been big life events. And so it's like putting me back in that headspace. But I wanted to get ready because I was like, I'm going to look at an apartment today, and I want to go for a hike before it gets too hot. And so I got myself put together so I don't look so like I did earlier, just frazzled and crazy. But I think the whole message of this is, for those of you that can relate, I'm tired of not feeling settled. Not that I would do well, I think, in doing the same thing for my whole life forever, maybe even necessarily living in the same place forever. But it just feels like I've moved so much. And as soon as I really appreciate a place and it feels like home, like this really has become home, I've made it my own. It feels like God's like, nope, time to go. And I'm at a place where I'm thinking, I don't even know where I want to go locally. There's nothing that lights me up that I'm excited and I go, this is where I want to live. And then thinking about moving out of state, oh my gosh, that sends me into an even bigger spiral, and trying to think about jobs. And I think I'm also just tired of surviving. Because as I met with a realtor just to see, am I crazy to think as a teacher I can afford a house by myself? And the answer is yes. Unless I want to live in a really rundown shack. Because she showed me stuff. She's like, here are things just slightly at or above maybe your price point, which she said my price point is like, still a little high, really high. And that stuff seemed okay. And then she's like, well, let's show you what you really want, the lower amount. And they were just, everything looked like, what is it, the Game of Life, where they have the cards of the various houses and you can live in the shack. It's like all of them look like that card. And I got so discouraged because I'm like, And I don't think the internet helps, right? Because I'm watching people, billionaires and millionaires, and people just not have to worry about basic things like this, housing. I'm like, why am I a teacher? Why am I doing this? Why am I subjecting myself? But I don't even know. It's like, what would I do? What would I even do? I don't know. Maybe if y'all have suggestions, I'm open to it. Because I've done other things. This always seems to be the safe bet. And I say safe bet, and here comes AI that's coming into the classroom. So job security is about to be gone for that profession, I guess, right? Probably, like most of, but not all professions. So I've just been feeling negative, I guess. Just feeling, and I'm trying to say it's okay. It's gonna work out. It always does work out. And maybe I'll find something better, newer, cleaner. I mean, this house is old. I haven't taken you on a tour, but if you can, I don't know if you can see the cabinets back there. They haven't been updated. This house was built in 1984. And so, but it has become home. And it has become my YouTube background for 7 years. So when I finally do my last YouTube here, it's going to be very emotional, which maybe this is the one. I don't know. There's a lot of unknowns. And you know, with moving, if you've ever moved before, there's just so many moving pieces and logistics. And so I'm sitting here thinking about even the smallest things. I'm like, oh man, I got to remember to turn off my electricity here and then transfer it over there, turn it on there. And I got to remember how to hook up all the different wires to my PC. But hopefully my brother will help me do that, because he always does. And he's awesome, because otherwise I would lose my mind. But stuff like that I'm sure normal people, maybe I don't think this is normal. Don't sit here and think about all the crap. Maybe people do. I don't know, but it's got me so anxious that I have to get out of the house. I have to get into nature, and I have to hike, and I have to just breathe, because I feel my whole body is just buzzing. It's like my soul's trying to get out of my body is what it feels like. Like we don't feel safe. We don't want to be here. Yeah, and I think too, because I'm not married to my job and think this is the dream job, this is where I want to stay forever. I didn't want to move until I knew what my next career move was going to be. Then maybe I could go wherever. Now I feel like I'm kind of stuck to this radius around my school that I'm thinking, okay, so I'm gonna move. I'm gonna spend all this money and time and energy to get into a new place that's relatively close to my school, knowing I don't want to stay at the place or the school necessarily. So knowing full well I'm gonna have to move again in like a year. So I'm all over the place. But I wanted to share this because I wanted y'all to see that I'm going through it. I do go through it, and I'm scared, and I get sad, and I have negative thoughts all the time. And this is why I'm trying to combat them by saying the happy, positive stuff, because otherwise, oh my gosh, I'd be a puddle on the floor, and you'd never get me up. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. I'm not putting this out here to get sympathy or pity or whatever, or I think sometimes it comes across like attention seeking, and that's not what this is. This is more of just a transparency because of the nature of my channel and what the comment that was made during the live, and because maybe somebody out there can relate. Maybe you're moving, or maybe you have to move, or maybe you have to change jobs, or change. Oh my gosh. It's like as soon as you feel like you get your footing in something, it's shifting. And I thought I was pretty good about, going with the flow, but this has shown me, I'm like, woo! Actually, the older I get, it feels like it's getting harder to bounce back. I feel like I'm constantly having to start over. That's what I wanted to say earlier. I'm tired of starting over at 41. I feel like I'm always starting a new job, living in a new place, in a new relationship, dating a new person, meeting a new person. Which sounds exciting and fun, but at the end of the day, I don't know, it can be kind of lonely and weird and unsettling. Especially, I think, too, because nothing has led me to an ultimate goal, if that makes sense. Like, all the people I'm dating, for example, haven't gotten me to my husband. I mean, maybe they will, maybe there's stepping stones that are getting me there, but I'm not there yet. They're not that, so I haven't found him in the dating scene. And then with my career, it's like, yeah, I've been changing jobs, but I feel like I haven't gotten much closer to what I ultimately want to become, which hopefully isn't anything involved in a job, because I just, you know how I feel about that. I made a video about the modern workforce and corporate America and all that stuff. So anyway, I have so many thoughts about all of it, about the state of our world, but I won't go down that dark headspace, because there is good. And I know a lot of you are going to come in here and say, Rebecca, but you're going to be fine, and you've got all these things going for you. You got your family and friends, and you're right, and it's true, and I do, and I'm very grateful. And I know I need to practice more gratitude. I'm grateful for the opportunity to start over. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I should reframe it. Maybe there's a reason I have to get out of this space and start fresh. But it ain't easy. So I love you guys. I hope you're well. And if you're struggling with anxiety, know you're not alone. Take some deep breaths. I know it helps me is doing the breathing, the straw breathing, where you pretend you're sucking through a straw, and then exhaling. Lots of breathing. Lots of praying. It'll all be all right. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you in the next one.